unmute us. Now they can hear us, and now they can probably see us if everything is working as it should. Welcome to today's show, Floyd. I'm very happy to have you here. How are you doing?
I'm very good. Thank you, Anders. I'm very happy to be here today, get an opportunity to sit down and talk with you, hang out, have some chats, and talk to the community in a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, there's it's an like we have had this booked not from today, but today was a perfect day to actually have this stream for both good and bad. It has been some heat towards your team today, and we will dig into that. But firstly, let's start with just an introduction. Who are you? What's your background? What's one? I don't know how I should pronounce it. Onessus. How should I do that?
So it's pronounced Onessus.
Onessus.
Nice. Is how you pronounce it. I'm the PR rep from Onessus. So some of you guys might have seen me in the Hodlgod chat, the Onessus Discord, interacting, talking with the community. So kind of my background, I got involved in the wax space last year. I had some friends that were involved in it right from the start, from the original Garbage Pail Kids. Yeah. And then slowly they kind of talked me into coming to see what this crazy NFT world was all about. Yeah. And then as soon as I got involved, I fell completely in love with it and got kind of sucked into that black void of NFT life where it takes up so much of your time, but you're so happy to be a part of everything to do with it. And then I got involved modding in the Hodlgod project, and then eventually doing PR work. So yeah, we're here today to talk to you a bit about Hodlgod. Like you said, kind of perfect time to have the stream today. We've had it booked for a week or so already, but it just happens to fall on a day where I'm sure there's going to be lots of questions that people want answered, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to help out and hopefully shed some light if there's anyone that's having any doubt. And yeah, we'll have some fun. So
I think let's dig into the today's topic, and then we go to all the fun things with NFT-FI and Hodlgod and Void Token, everything that is happening. But what happened today? Why are part of the community upset?
So part of the community is upset. They were misled through some Discord text and also through an interview that was given by Burst of Energy on his Twitch stream, where Lay, who is the artist behind Void Elementals, appeared. And the first thing I will say on behalf of myself, Onessus, and Lay is I'm sorry this even happened. It never should have happened. Just so the community knows, us at Onessus, we also weren't aware of this. I found out about 4 hours ago myself when I first rolled out of bed this morning. So as you can imagine, I have been nonstop today trying to answer everyone's questions and deal with the DMs. So the templates essentially were bought from a site called graphicriver.net from Rexard, and then from Lay did his own animation and stuff, his own kind of spin on it, but he didn't disclose to the community that they were, purchased. They are legally purchased. He did buy the rights for a commercial license, so there's nothing illegal going on here. For the people who bought it for the sake of the Void NFT staking, we will still honor that. So they will still be stakeable. There will be compensation, as I've gotten confirmation, for people who bought the Series 1, but we're going to have to work that out and, work with Lay and work with the Onessus team to see exactly what we're going to do for everyone, but there will be something coming. And the second series, because this project has a crafting element where you can make compound elements. The second series will be 100% original, or it will not be released. We at Onessus still strive to give you guys a really high quality standard, and we're still here for the community. We will still put out great projects, and yeah, like I said, we're sorry. We also didn't know. On behalf of Lay, I know he's very sorry too. It shouldn't have happened. The wax community shouldn't have to deal with it, but it has. And all we can do is move forward and, make sure we make things right. So that's what we will be doing doing as a company, and working with Lay to make sure that's done as well. So that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, and that was an awesome response, man. Like spot on. You take ownership of the situation and the issue, and that is very important from my perspective. If something goes wrong, the team behind it, even though you are not so like you're not solely responsible for this, it is a partner to you that is behind this, but you take full ownership and you want to make everything right. So this is awesome. From my perspective, that fixes a lot of all the worries or all the issues that could have come from this. So that is very good.
Yeah.
And I can read from the chat that the people are excited as well. They understand that you also are like you're in the middle of something right now, and you're taking ownership and you're doing the right thing here. So that's great.
Yeah, it's tough. Like I said, I mean, we also didn't know. So we've been trying to, deal with this on the fly, but it's, it happened. Lay did mislead the people. We are a partner with Lay, so we will work with him and get this fixed. But yeah, we're definitely not out to leave anyone high and dry. So stick with us.
That's awesome. And we have questions here. I don't think actually we need to go into that because you responded pretty much all questions today. You're aware on that topic. You're aware of the situation. You want to compensate people. If you do anything more with him, you will make sure that it is 100% original. There is nothing illegal. He has the license for this. It is just misleading from how he communicated with it. And you will compensate people. So that's great.
Absolutely.
People in the chat are asking about NFT-FI. So what is that?
This is the popular chat conversation recently. So NFT-FI is a term really that is going to be for our staking system with our native token Void. We're actually running a contest right now, a naming contest where you can win a one of one NFT if you provide the best name. That's through our Discord server. But basically, all of the NFTs that come under the Onessus umbrella, so that's going to be Hodlgod, the Void Elementals, Boisterous, the Blockchain Heroes collabs, Dark Country collabs, all of those will be stakeable within the Void system. And then we had a Medium article out recently on it, and we were talking a little bit about how you'll be able to kind of power up your NFTs, and the longer you keep them in, we'll change kind of the rewards on it too. So we don't have the full mechanics out. One of the most popular questions is, when's it going to be with us? I can tell you it is getting very close. We are doing some testing on it. The latest you will see this will be the end of Q3, which would be the end of September. I have a feeling it may be with us before, but obviously until the development team gives me the green light, I have to stick with the original timeline, so I don't get myself in trouble here.
That is good, and I'm very excited about that because we need more platforms that are doing this kind of staking and interaction. Like if we just take Artplant, which is the big thing in Wax, and as soon as Artplant launch something, that collection they will increase the volume of sales, I don't know, tenfold, or it goes up like crazy. I can only talk from my own experience. Like as soon as my collection got launched there, I had a new problem to deal with. That my initial design of the way I sell slices, I had to redesign everything, and I still have to redesign that, and that is a good and a bad problem to have. I'm in the lucky position to have that issue, but there's a lot of collections that experience the same thing, and I think it's healthy that we see more collections that will, or projects that will do this.
Yeah, it's I was also an early person in the Art Planet world too, and I've watched how much that's grown from I remember the original NFT sale with the water and the fire, the first 4 that they did. And yeah, for other projects like yourself and so many other people who have been listed on there, you can see by their sales volume that it's been huge. Yeah. So anything that makes the Wax space in general busier, and it builds it up to be bigger and better, I mean, I'm completely behind. And if we are able to do the same thing with our system too, then that's another bonus.
And this is what I really love about NFTs. like everything is on a public database, so you can launch a project and say, hey, I'm going to implement this. That brings that community into your project, and you bring value to them and they bring value to your project. And we can see that with games coming in the future, I don't know what we should call Our Planet. They call it a game. I don't know if I would call it a game. It is a game. It has game mechanics. It has game aspects. But for me, it's not an interactive game like Hodlgod, for example. It is not that kind of game. But then again, in my past, I was playing these text-based games where you sit and build an army and it's all text and turn-based. So I don't know. If I call that a game, I guess I can call Our Planet a game as well.
Yeah, I think it is a game. I mean, they have a crafting element, and I'm not deeply involved with them, but it sounds like they got some plans from those land sales and their robot fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different than what we're doing. Like, we have a full 3D playable game. But yeah, I would still say it's a game, and I know a lot of people have fun with it. So
yeah, I have spent a lot of time crafting and trying to figure out things, and like the community you build around it, where you sit with people and perhaps try to figure out what you should combine to create a new element. That is 100% a game aspect. So yeah, and it will be fun to see what happens. But okay, so NFT-FI, you will have the collections you have worked with, the partners, everything. They will be stakeable. And it will come in early autumn or sooner, depending on what happens.
Yeah.
And what is it? What can we do?
Yeah, so it's essentially like a DeFi platform where you'd be able to put up the NFTs for rewards. We'll have kind of an upgrade system in place, which I can't go into too much right now. And then also with our Hodlgod game, our bounty contracts that you can see on Atomic Hub right now. We have the 5 different contracts. So those are going to be playable to earn armors in future updates. And you'll also be able to lease out the contracts. So if you consider yourself more of a collector in the space and not much of a gamer, but you still want to go after trying to get some of those armors, once that goes live, you'll be able to hire top ranked players and stuff. So really everything will be integrated from the NFT projects in the DeFi aspect, and then through the Hodlgod side as well, where you can do kind of the leasing and stuff too. So that's kind of, as a general overview, what's coming.
And what some basics on the Void token. Void token exists on Wax, but that's not the full story.
Yeah, so originally the project was going to be on Ethereum, and it's being moved over to Wax. So everything is on Wax now, unless you still have some of those original Void tokens, and you can actually we have some write-ups and pinned messages on how to transfer those tokens onto Wax. So the Void token will be used for Hodlgod and the DeFi system and any other future Onessus projects. So as we go down the road and we add more things and do different things, the Void token will continue to be used on everything we do. There's, to give you kind of, if you're a numbers guy, the max supply on it's 62.5 billion, and the circulating supply is about 12.5. So yeah, it's going to be, that's kind of the story. It's been moved over to Wax. It's going to be a part of Hodlgod. It's going to be part of the DeFi system. There is some other things planned as far as utility goes with the token that you guys should have by the end of the year, that I can't go into too much, but everything that is Onessus will run on this Void token. So we will continue to increase its utility as we continue to grow as a company and add more projects down the road.
That's nice. And like I love when projects do and they add value to the token. So you have a token, then you add more value in the future to it. That's great. And like, what's the supply of Void?
So the total max supply is 62.5 billion, and the circulating supply is 12.5 billion.
12.5. So I think I have 1 million voids, so I don't have a lot of them. That's all I wanted to know for myself.
Yeah, there's a bunch of that void's going to be wrapped up in some of those NFTs from those Hodlgod toy collectibles that we did too. So if you unbox those, you can get the void tokens, or if you keep the NFT, then that void is essentially out of circulation until somebody decides to unbox it, which creates some good gamification too, because then it comes of, well, what's my best thing to do here? Do I keep the NFT because it gets rarer every time somebody else opens theirs, or do I take the void token? So I'm kind of interested to see how that pans out, in the next 6 months or a year, or however long it takes.
Yeah, like everything. Okay, in the ecosystem, if we just back 1 year, Garbage Pail Kid Series 1 has just launched on Wax. 1 year is an eternity, but it's also not a lot of time when you build things. Depends on your perspective. Like in Wax and NFT releases in this space, 1 year is a lot of time. And Hodlgod was announced, I think, like 10 months ago.
Yeah, about that. And I think we did our first sale right at the start of the year, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to, you're right.
I think
a year
it was in December.
in December,
sale.
And then I think the
Yeah.
chest sale was February.
Yeah,
But
could be.
Yeah, this is what we mean. I mean, this NFT and crypto space moves so fast that in the general overview of your life, a year's not that long, but in this space, it's a very long time.
Yeah, it is indeed. It is crazy. And so we have this ecosystem. You guys are doing a lot of things. You also have, I guess we can also mention the sale that you had last week before we go into Hodlgod. There was also a partner to your, what was it called?
Boisterous.
Exactly. Boisterous.
So yeah,
what was that about?
Boisterous is a high-end fashion company that's based out of South Carolina in the United States. They do a lot of really kind of like high-end one-of-one, like bags, wallets, watch straps, different things like that. So we partnered with them, and they did their first NFT release. Yeah, that's the website there. So they do a whole bunch of different handmade products, and yeah, they did their first release on Wax. So all the artwork's out for that now. And then they have a few more things coming. And then also they have some physical perks that they're going to be bringing down the road for people who hold this stuff, which I'm sure they'll be releasing soon here. And then, yeah, that's, like I said, that'll also be in the NFTFI system. Those guys are awesome. Those guys were also on Burst of Energy stream. And they stopped by and talked a bit about it too. So that was one of our other partners that we had as well.
Yeah. People still want to know more about the NFT-FI system. They keep asking questions about it. So how much can you disclose? How will it work? If we compare it to something that we know DeFi on Ethereum for different kind of staking mechanism where you get some API for your stake, and people can use you lend it to people, they borrow it, and you get returns for it. Or you have Art Planet where you stake NFTs and you get a token that can be used in the game.
So I can't give away everything here. There will be kind of a metric that determines rewards based on things like price and rarity. There will be a upgrade system in place, and there will be benefits to people who stake their NFTs for longer periods of time. It's kind of as much as I can say right now. And like I said, everything from Onessus, Hodlgod, all the collabs will be a part of it too. Latest is September 30th. It may even be before then. So as much as I would love to give away more, that's kind of what I can tell you for now. And I ask for your patience. It's coming. I think you're all going to be very happy with it. But
I'm trying to fish. We have some dates. We have some directions. That's good. So okay, let's go to this. Let's go to this. Let's just start it. I don't think you will be able to hear it, but everyone else will. So I will have some audio.
Yeah, this is the gameplay video by looks of it.
So this is Hodlgod. So
Yeah,
this is
this
an
is
NFT game.
yeah. So you can actually win some NFTs right now. In 10% of the games, we drop gold bars, which are NFTs, and 30% of the games is a silver key raffle ticket, which is drawn weekly. And then you link your Wax Cloud wallet directly to the game. And then once a week, we airdrop the NFTs that people have won and the raffle tickets. So basically, if you're the last man standing with the gold bar NFT or the silver key raffle ticket, you win it for that game. And then once a week, we go through and airdrop everything into people's accounts. But this is the gameplay, and you can see some people, we're allowing people to equip the bounty contracts until they become playable. So you can see some people are lit up, and like this is a Super Void bounty contract armor that's equipped, which is the purple one. So there's a few different people playing, but that's actually an NFT that you own, and then you link directly to the game as well.
Yeah, this is sweet. And like I'm a PvP player, so this is right down my alley. Because this game is all about fighting other people.
Yeah, I'm a PvP player too, but some of these guys have gotten so good in there that every time I go in, I play for about 2 minutes and someone's killed me. So even myself, I definitely need some more practice, because there's been a few guys going pretty hard and getting pretty good pretty quickly.
Yeah, so even though you are pre-alpha, this game is functioning. You can play against other people. Is it online or locally, or how does it work? Go through it.
Yeah, so you go to hodlgod.com and you download the launcher for the game, set up an account, link your Wax Cloud wallet. There's instructions on how to do it on the menu, and then the game is online. So this is what it's showing is one of 2 maps that we have right now. And then yeah, you'll get put into a server with a bunch of people. You'll all get spawned in random locations, and then yeah, the game is on until everyone's dead but one person. So it's kind of a last man standing kind of thing. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It is pre-alpha. So we decided to release it in a pre-alpha stage, which is not a super typical thing for most gaming companies. But if you go into our Discord, I mean, we've been taking suggestions from the community. We even have some early testers that have been playing private versions to give feedback before they come on the public server. So we really wanted to make this kind of a fun community experience. And I mean, yeah, there's been a few little hiccups and bugs along the way by releasing it in a pre-alpha stage, but the game's live. It's free to play. And if you join our Discord, we're working with people all the time. So yeah.
Yeah, like for me, this is something that I'm very excited about, to see that we can actually start to get real games to play that is using a blockchain in a fun and new way, where you actually have the items that are NFTs, but here you also have the token, which is another aspect. And the game isn't on a blockchain, which means that the game can actually be smooth and fast and advanced, and it can utilize a centralized database and use all that power, but then use the economic layer of a blockchain, which is very nice.
Yeah, it's but blockchain gaming is super exciting in general. But it's I agree with you. It's nice to see something like this. It's a lot of fun, and to be able to earn NFTs to go do whatever you want with them, whether you want to display them in your wallet or sell them or trade them. I like that it opens up a lot of options for gamers, because lots of gamers, regardless if it's blockchain or not, invest a lot of time. So it's nice to have the opportunity to be able to get something out of it too. Which yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. And so, before we started, you said that you entered the Wax ecosystem and NFT space before you joined and to take on this responsibility to deal with the community today, and whatever we should call it. I don't know, the PR and all the lovely things that comes along with that. What's your story with NFTs so far, and what's your background there?
So kind of my background, like I said, I got involved last year. I got bought in by some friends into a group called the Tommy Kings.
Yeah.
It started off as a bunch of close friends helping each other, learning through the space, and now we have a public group too where we try to help new people. But like I told you from before, like one of the big things to me that stood out when I got involved with Wax, and going through all these different Telegram and Discord groups, was how great the community was. So I had a lot of fun just interacting with other people. Also learned a lot. There's so many people who have so much knowledge in this space that are willing to share with you if you're just polite and talk to them. So my very first drop, I actually bought on credit card. It was the Dead Mouse drop. A good friend of mine knows I'm really love electronic music, and he used it to get me into the NFT space.
Nice.
And then yeah, it just snowballed so quickly from there. And then, but before I know it, it was it felt like everything I was doing, even when I was working at my day job, I was in Telegram, or I was on Discord, or I was on Atomic Hub, or I was doing something and interacting. So and then yeah, I actually started, as far as the kind of Hodlgod Onessus thing started, I actually started just volunteering for them as a moderator and just trying to help out the community as much as I could, just going back to appreciating the Wax community. And then yeah, they were happy with what I was doing, and then offered me a position on the team. And then now I'm doing the PR work, and trying to interact with the community, let people know what's going on, trying to put out fires if need be, and trying to have fun, more importantly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, most days it's all about fun, but it's also about like a day today. I think you have dealt with it very professionally, so I think that's great. Uh, but it is a lot of fun to be in the community. But now that you have joined the team, do you feel that you have the same amount of time to follow all other projects, or are you spending a lot of time in your own ecosystem right now?
To begin with, when I first joined the team, it was a lot to take on, and I wasn't able to follow other projects as much. Now that I'm getting a bit more comfortable and kind of growing into the role, I'm finding myself with a bit more time, and I like to keep my eyes and ears on everything in the Wax space. One, because I'm a collector at heart.
Yeah.
That's what I do, and I want to collect a little bit of everything. But two, I also just think it's good to be knowledgeable and kind of know what's going on. You never know what's going to come up. And like today, we talked about Our Planet earlier briefly, and it's nice to know what other projects are doing.
Yeah.
It also, we've collabed with Dark Country, Blockchain Heroes, and stuff. So if it opens up any doors down the road too to do some really cool stuff for the Wax space and put out some creative NFTs, then that's something I would want to be a part of too.
That's awesome. And I mean, the ecosystem is very exciting. I'm trying to follow everything, but it's impossible. I mean, my full-time work is to be on the blockchain and do whatever, everything around it, doing all the infrastructure, and then I spend a lot of time in the communities and trying to do videos and everything like that. It's a lot of time and effort, and I struggle keeping up with everything, so I can relate there a lot.
Yeah.
Like Hodlgod, I've been wanting to play it since a long time ago, probably since I read about it first time, and then I know that a good friend of me, Dimitri, from Bounty Block, is playing it a lot, and he's like, "Hey, you really need to go and play this." I'm like, "Yeah, I need to." And I set it up today, and I played it for a few minutes before we got going today, just to experience it and feel it. And I'm very excited to see what can happen. The only thing is I couldn't jump, and for me, I know when I play games, one of the most essential things for me to control a character is to be able to jump.
So you can jump. It's you have to use the space bar and kind of look up and not be moving at the same time.
Because you have some kind of teleport, like
Yeah.
when you teleport a little bit when you hit the space bar, and like I'm an old Quake player, so what I do is I jump all the time.
Yeah.
In Quake, you speed jump everywhere. Like you a lot of people do it in Counter-Strike. They bungee jump and everything. And if I can't do that, like I played Fable, and Fable was a game where you couldn't jump. And that
Yeah.
game, but it was really fun RPG game on an Xbox. but it was so annoying that you were not able to jump in a game, and I don't know what happened. It's something very central to a game experience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that, like I said, you can jump. You have to
I'm
use
just a
that.
noob.
I wouldn't say that. Like you said, you only got a couple minutes to play. It's yeah, the wax space, if you want to be up with everything, is a full-time job plus more, like you
Yeah,
said. So I completely understand that. You've been overrun. I know you're super busy. I see you in your chat room. I see your videos, so I completely understand. But when you get some time, maybe you'll have to link up with Dimitri and get in there and
yeah,
give
for
it
sure,
a
for
bit more
sure.
of a go.
We have to do that, and I'm sure there are more people from this video that can just poke me, and we can find time, some time to play it. Perhaps you can even beat me, so that's good. And outside of your own collections, now I say your because you are part of the team. What's your
Yeah.
favorite collection on the Wax ecosystem?
Outside of Onessus projects, you mean?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Um, I mean, I'm involved with Our Planet. I've always really liked Cogs. That's something I've been super into.
Have you played Cogs?
I played it, same kind of thing. I downloaded it briefly, the beta version, but I think they got some cool things going on, and I got a bunch of
Yeah.
tubes and stuff, and they got their RFox token. So I like that. I like a lot of things. I've collected so many things now. It's
Like when I started to collect NFTs, I kept saying that I'm not a collector. I don't collect things. And I still kind of see myself as that because I usually don't buy a lot of things in physical form or in real life. I like I run around with shoes and they have holes in them. I don't bother buying new shoes or whatever.
yeah,
And I feel like now I don't collect things, and then I see and I have like I don't know how many NFTs I have, probably 10,000 or more NFTs. I don't know. I have created on my annual collection. I created 23,000 NFTs, so I think I can count myself as a collector, even though it's hard for me to say that. And I can really relate that there's a lot of different projects, and it's very hard to know what your favorite, and like there's so many different aspects to consider. And like me being a big electronic music fan as well, I was really looking forward to Deadmau as well. I didn't go that hard into it because I didn't feel that it would have such a high secondary market value, which it didn't have at the start, but then it started to go up again. So
yeah, yeah. That's I got into that more just for a love of electronic music and a love of Dead
yeah,
Mouse too. Yeah, I didn't even really sell a whole bunch of it. I think I probably bought more than I sold. But yeah, it's the same kind of thing. Um, but yeah, sometimes I get it. Sometimes people buy things, they want to flip it, they want to make some money. Sometimes you buy it for a staking purpose. Sometimes you just really like the artwork and that's it.
yeah,
But that's kind of the beauty of NFTs, is they can really be anything. So regardless of what excites you, if whether it's flipping something on the secondary, or if it's collecting it or staking, whatever you're into, I mean, NFTs should be versatile and people should be able to enjoy them
yeah.
the way they want to. Otherwise, it's not really fun if you're forced into a box. And what I like to do of NFTs, or what you like to do, or some of the community members who are here watching, is all going to be different, and that's fine, right? That's totally cool.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something that I really like. And we briefly talked about it before, that you can actually take an NFT from any collection and do something else with it if that's what you want. You can present it, well, since it on a database, you can just have a screen on the wall if you want to have the artwork at your house. You can, I don't know, stake it to Our Planet. You can create a new system called NFT-FI and you can stake it there as well. Or you can create a game that uses other collections NFTs to bring life into the NFTs that you collect, that you really love. And you feel like, hey, I'm a game developer, I'm building this game and I have this collection I love from another project, and you can just bring them into your game, and that is okay to do. You cannot take them and reformat them into something new, but you can take how they exist and add them to your game, which is very exciting.
Yeah,
We will
absolutely.
it will be fun to see what happens. But okay, so Hodlgod, people can play it.
Yep.
I see we have some newcomers. They are asking when NFT-FI is here, and at least end of September, probably earlier from the teaser we have gotten. Anyone that is wondering about that Void Elementals, can just rewind to the start. Everything there is responded already. What is coming before end of September from your team? What is happening? What can we expect to see?
So the NFT-FI is a big focus right now. So there's a big push on that. And then we're working on some new updates for Hodlgod. So we're working on a new map with our developers, and then we're working on adding Xbox One controller support. And then there's a new locomotion animation system with the Unreal Engine that the game's built on. So those are kind of the top priority stuff right now. Continue with the content on Hodlgod, gets the NFT-FI system out so we can make everyone happy on that. I wish I could do it now. It would save me a lot of typing.
People always like, as soon as you mention something, they want it now, and I understand it exciting. You want things to happen, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's fun.
So those are kind of the things that are top of the priority list now. And then in the coming few months, there'll be some more announcements on some stuff that I can't disclose right now. So yeah, keep watching for the Hodlgod content. Keep watching for the NFT-FI. If you have a name, go put it into our Discord. Give yourself a chance to win a 1-of-1 NFT, and then stay locked because there's going to be more coming.
That's awesome. And I think that's good. We have gone through the projects. We have got to know you. We have also started to rebuild trust for that you might have lost from a lot of people today. You did that greatly, and we get to know you as a person behind everything. And I think that's very important to put a face on the collections, put a face on the people that are working, so you can start to build trust. Because even though we use a blockchain to remove a lot of the trust layer, you really need a trust layer as well. It's kind of interesting. You kind of need it in a different way, because before we trust in perhaps in a law or regulations or something. Now we have to trust the people behind it, and then as soon as you do that, then you can trust the database and everything, the blockchain. So that's good.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy that you actually came on, and that when I sent, like, the first thing you read this morning was a few messages from me saying, hey, this has happened. Do you understand that we have to discuss this later today? And you were like, yeah, let's do it. And yeah. I'm very, very happy about that.
I knew we were supposed to be meeting today, so the first thing I did was go on my phone, pull up my Telegram app. And then I was like, oh man, I got a lot of DMs. And I was like, oh, Anders is one of them. And then I started reading, and I was like, yeah, we definitely have to address this. So like you said, I mean, we've had this stream planned for over a week to come talk about Onessus and Hodlgod. But the fact that all of this came up today and I was able to come and talk and answer some questions is perfect for me. And also, like you said, yeah, blockchain does help with a lot of the trust elements, but being able to put a face to a company and have that kind of personal interaction, I know also helps as well. So thank you so much for letting me know right away, so when I could get out of bed I knew. And then letting us take a few minutes to talk about it today, and let the community know too.
Yeah, I think it's good, and I'm very excited about the NFT-FI that is coming, and Hodlgod for sure. Like, since I'm such a big gamer, I just want everything to work and be done already. And from playing like Ark Survival Evolved or PlayerUnknown Battleground PUBG, like, they released their alpha game, and there's so many things they have to fix when it released, and that is every game. And they have huge teams, so creating a game is not just hitting some buttons and then releasing it. It's done. It's a lot of work.
There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, from the development team and everyone really. Moderators, myself and PR, our community manager, our project manager, all of the developers. Like we have quite a large team that's working together, towards a common goal. So, but like you said, it takes time, and we'll just keep pushing as hard as we can, and trying to get out the NFT-FI system and the Hodlgod updates, and yeah, we'll keep having a little bit of fun along the way.
Awesome. Thank you for coming on, and I think we can call it a nice date here. So that's great. Was very very fun to meet you, and I hope you had a good day, and I hope everyone felt that you answered all the questions that they had, and I think we did, and I think the chat was overall positive as soon as you responded to everything, and that was great. They are excited about Hodlgod. I think you will have a set of new people that will download it and try it out, so that's also fun. And we will stake some void, and we will see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely, Anders. Thank you so much for having me on. It was a pleasure to be on the show. And yeah, like I said, jump back into Hodlgod. Anyone who's watching, if they want to go download the game for free, jump on. Come meet me on the battlefield, and we'll have a little fight.
And you might be able to beat me. That's always fun.
My Bitcoin bowl is all I have left. So